this series of episodes, we are talking about how symptoms present of Hashimoto's and other autoimmune conditions versus the root cause. The root cause is the underlying trigger or interference that is necessary to intervene in order to stop the symptoms and heal the disease. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the trickier root causes, toxin exposure and endocrine disruption. So hard I can't even say it right. This one is one that I'm not going to go too in depth into this episode because everyone's exposures are going to be different based on their lifestyles. What a hairdresser is exposed to is going to be different than what a teacher is exposed to, is going to be different than what a farmer is exposed to. One of the primary places that we experience toxin exposure, however, is in our kitchen and in our cosmetic bags. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today and go into depth about how we can prevent hormone disruption from the things we choose in our homes. Hi there, I'm Katie Fry, family nurse practitioner, owner of Key Family Healthcare, and creator of the Unlock program. And today I welcome you to episode 3. The human body is a really remarkable machine with various systems working harmoniously to maintain our health. Among them, the endocrine system, a network of glands that produce hormones, plays a crucial role. However, when external factors disrupt this finely tuned system, the consequences can be pretty significant. This is the realm of endocrine disruption, a phenomenon that's been associated with an alarming range of health problems, including autoimmune disease like Hashimoto's. Understanding how this works is very tricky, and it's not something that I expect you to memorize or even pick up on in just this one 5 or 10 minute video. The endocrine system, like a well-conducted orchestra, produces the hormones that regulate everything from growth to metabolism to reproduction to our moods. It relies on a very delicate balance to function correctly, and sometimes certain chemicals or other environmental factors can throw this off balance. This leads to what we call endocrine disruption or hormone interruption. Just imagine your favorite symphony suddenly being interrupted by an off-cue trombone. You're going to notice it, but the symphony might go on and continue to play without too much stopping. It's a disruption in the harmony that's uncomfortable, but it's not going to stop everything from happening. But in the body, over time, that cacophony, that chaos can be pretty dangerous. Endocrine disruption is actually found everywhere. We have endocrine disruptors interfere with the body's hormone system, our hormone production, and our hormone balance, and we can find them in everything from plastics in our kitchen, like food storage, bottles, water bottles, into our cosmetics, including our shampoo, our lipstick, and our face creams. What happens is that they mimic our natural hormones. They tell our body that they are the hormone. And so our body doesn't produce enough of that natural hormone, or they can block or bind to hormone receptors. Now, if we think about hormone receptors, if you view my hand as a cell that's supposed to connect hormones, if I'm supposed to have 5 thyroid hormones or 5 sex hormones on here, but something from my lipstick goes so far as to bind up 3 of these, I can only get 2 of the actual hormones that need to do their job. These are useless. In some cases, we might have all 5 bound and our hormones can't do their job. Our body might think we need more of the hormone because it's not getting into our cells, or it might think we don't need any of the hormone because all our receptors are full. So we can have an overproduction or an underproduction of certain hormones. This can initiate a cascade of health issues. And the connection with Hashimoto's, the autoimmune condition that attacks the thyroid, is one such health issue. Particularly prevalent among women, this condition causes fatigue, weight gain, depression, and lots of other symptoms. And endocrine disruption ties in with Hashimoto's because it's hormone-based. So To answer the question about how are our bodies, especially those of us with Hashimoto's, affected by hormone disruption, we need to delve a little deeper into the workings of the thyroid gland. This small yet mighty gland located at the base of your neck, so right here in a butterfly shape, produces hormones that regulate your body's metabolic rate, heart function, digestive function, muscle control, and much more. I say that the thyroid gland, is our thermostat. It's designed to respond to very small triggers and adjust accordingly. And in Hashimoto's, the immune system mistakenly attacks the thyroid gland, causing inflammation and reduced hormone production. When we have hormone disruptors that are telling our bodies that we don't need the hormones produced by the thyroid, we're not getting what we need. And so all those metabolic processes are interrupted and sometimes stopped. And although we don't know the exact cause of Hashimoto's, research suggests that exposure to certain endocrine disruptors could play a role in triggering the immune response. There are certain things that our body recognizes as foreign, and they look just like the thyroid hormones. And so instead of attacking those foreign endocrine disruptors, we attack the thyroid. Women seem to bear a disproportionate burden of endocrine disruption. Men, of course, are prone to it too, but women seem to have a greater problem with it. And this is part and due to our unique hormonal balance and the phases of life that involve significant hormonal change, such as menstruation, perimenopause and menopause, pregnancy. And so when we take into consideration how our life cycle is fairly well dictated also by our hormone cycle, the impact of endocrine disruption can really be more pronounced and damaging. Moreover, women are particularly susceptible to Hashimoto's, with the disorder being 8 times more common in women than men. Of course, this is due to many factors. We don't know the exact ones, but some scientists suggest that it could be due to the complex interplay of hormones, immune functions, and genetic factors that differently affect women. One of the other things that has been posed is that women wear cosmetics. Women use creams. Women historically have worn nail polishes. We place chemicals on the thinnest layers of our skin onto our mucous membranes, and we absorb those chemicals directly into our bodies. So, in an increasingly chemical-laden world, we need to be aware that there are chemicals out there in the products that we consume, whether we eat them, we drink out of them, we put them on our skin. The role of endocrine disruptors and the potential impact that they have on conditions like Hashimoto's is so important to understand. As we continue to learn more about Hashimoto's and unravel the complex mechanisms behind these processes, one thing is pretty clear. Our health is intricately linked with our environment, and safeguarding your environment is one thing that you can do to prevent developing or worsening illness. While it's impossible to avoid every toxin, we can certainly make steps in our own homes, in our own bathrooms, in our own kitchens, and in the things that we put in our mouths in order to protect ourselves. While the implications may seem really intimidating, it might seem like, how in the world am I supposed to make any decisions about what I can put on my face or in my body? That knowledge also opens avenues for prevention, intervention, and protection. Modifying your lifestyle choices, minimizing toxin exposures, and being proactive in managing hormone health can all play a crucial role in mitigating or eliminating the risks associated with endocrine disruption and Hashimoto's. By being informed and being prepared to make some changes and be proactive, we can begin to win the battle against these invisible culprits. We can ensure the smooth performance of our body's most important system, our hormone system, our body's orchestra, and in turn protect our body's health and our overall wellness. One of my favorite places to recommend people go is the Environmental Working Group's Skin Deep app and their food source app. You can look at different foods, home cleaning products, chemicals, cosmetics, and get a rating. And it explains why each rating was given. I've decided to make changes in my makeup and in avoiding plastic single-use containers in my home. Those are 2 steps that I can take to protect my thyroid and my body's hormone system without it being too dramatic a change. I don't want anyone to think that we have to stop living in order to protect our bodies, but knowledge is power. And when we have that knowledge, we can make the changes that are so important to our bodies and protecting our future, and especially protecting our children's future. If you have any questions whatsoever about endocrine disruption, definitely feel free to drop me a DM. Come join us in the Unlock program, where we spend almost a year of time figuring out how to protect our bodies from the harms that are around us. We don't want to stop living, but we do want to live life to the best of our ability. Have a wonderful day. I'm Katie Fry, family nurse practitioner, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.